Hey everyone, welcome to this Tower TV buying guide on the Axial SCX10 III, brand new crawler from Axial. We're going to go kind of in depth on the chassis and the body, all the new advancements and kind of Axial technology on this new crawler. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. All right, we're going to dive into this Axial SCX10 III. I'm sure you guys can't wait. First things first, this is a kit. It does not come pre-built. You have to build the kit. And it comes with a clear body, not a painted body. We went ahead and painted this one blue, just the color I had in the cabinet, so I went ahead and painted it that color. Wheels don't come mounted, anything like that. You have to build everything. It is a kit. No electronics come in it, nothing like that. So first things first, the body is a very scale body, probably one of the scalest bodies that I've seen from Axial in a long time. The Lexan feels a bit thicker. It's pretty tough, I think. A little bit thicker than the previous Lexan they've used on their bodies. A lot of separate pieces that you have to bolt on and screw on to the body, which I think is very cool, makes it look very scale. Door handles, side view mirrors, wheel wells, windshield wipers, taillights, headlights, gas caps. I mean, there's an endless amount of things that are stock scale on this body, so it's a very cool thing. It comes with a full interior, front seat, back seat, dashboard, steering wheel, there we go. The driver comes with two different hats, so instead of heads or helmets in like the previous older kits, this comes with hats. So he's got a real face, and it comes with either a cowboy hat or like a baseball cap, which is a pretty cool, neat feature. And they do come white, so you can paint them whatever you want, which is pretty cool. I'm sure the scale guys will really appreciate that they don't come like pre-painted or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and take the body off so we can see a little bit more inside the car. I'm sure you guys are itching to get there, but don't worry, we'll get there eventually. All right, so just teasing you, we're still talking about the body. What's one thing I kind of didn't notice on the body right away, but there's no body post holes. So there's kind of no ruining the scale look of the body. The body post holes are actually on the bottom, or the body posts are on the bottom. So you bolt those onto the inner radiator and kind of rear back bumper area, and those actually bolt directly onto the chassis, so you have no body mounting holes. And then the other cool thing is these come with light buckets. They don't come with lights, but if you buy the Dynamite ESC that I have in this SCX10 III, those come with lights. So it has front LED light buckets and rear LED light buckets, so you can see it kind of light up the trail at night. Very cool option. Straight stock from Axial, nothing changed on here. All right, so we will kind of get into the chassis a little bit more now. First, we'll talk about the wheels. These are three-piece wheels, and they come with licensed, let's see here, I got my cheat sheet over here. Licensed Nitto tires. They are trail grapplers. Pretty nice tires, pretty soft. Maybe not the best tire out there, but still a good stock tire to come in the kit. Not aluminum beadlocks, they're just plastic, but it's a good thing that they're kind of beadlocks, makes putting the tires on a little bit easier. So you can, if you really like this rim, you can change the tire in and out with the rim, which is a pretty cool option. As I'm sure you can tell on the kit, or on the chassis, complete redesign. Axial went above and beyond with this brand new SCX10 III. Oh man, where do I start? Oh, we'll kick it off with some scale detail stuff. We will go straight to the engine bay, and realistic looking V8 engine down to the transmission. Underneath you have a transfer case. You got all your belts and your pulleys up here. And you may be wondering, where the heck is the motor located on this thing? It's actually underneath the engine in the very front of the chassis. So right here is where the motor's located. It's kind of hidden underneath the engine, which is a very cool thing. Not gonna ruin that scale look for those scale guys that like to have their hoods pop up on their vehicles. That's not gonna ruin the look at all. It's gonna keep it nice and scale looking. And of course you can go in and paint that and make it look even more phenomenal. But of course stock right out of the bags, I guess, not out of the box. It looks phenomenal in my opinion. All right, next scale thing on the new chassis is with the inner fenders and the cutouts for rock lights. So if you don't know what rock lights are, on the top of the inner fenders here, there are cutouts for lights. So you can plug the lights in there, screw them into the underside of the inner fenders, and it's going to shine down onto the shock and the wheel area just a very cool kind of aesthetic look. Makes it look a little bit shinier, a little bit cooler when you're crawling at night. More lights is always an awesome, cool thing. Inner fenders are going to help the scale look of the underside of the body and essentially keep mud out of the inside of the chassis, mud and water. That's going to help out a lot. The previous Axials didn't have anything like that. I think they offered it as an option that you could buy separately, but nothing on the stock kit like we're seeing here on the SCX10 III. Oh, next thing, let's see here, aluminum shock bodies. So if you're familiar with the Capra shocks, this is coming with the shocks that came on the Capra kit, the Axial Capra. Very cool, nice aluminum shocks. They look pretty scale. Not the most scale shocks you can get, but definitely an upgrade from those plastic stock shocks that came on the SCX10 IIs. Let's see, oh, there's so many things I can get into. We'll go with the sliding chassis. So you can adjust your wheelbase without changing the rails or anything like that. You still have to lengthen the links, but you can just do that by turning them in and out. There's a nice hole in the center of the link that some guys might be a little bit hesitant about because it's not the most scale looking link, but it is much easier for maintenance wise. So you can just unscrew some screws right under here on the side guards, and the chassis will actually pull in and out to make the wheelbase either longer or shorter depending on what body you want to use. I'm not sure how long it is stock. I want to say it's kind of the middle setting. It's not the longest or the shortest, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me. We'll get into the dig and the 2-speed functions. So back to the Axial Capra, if you built that, you knew about the dig function. So that would actually lock the rear axle and it would only drive front wheel drive. So you could essentially turn a little bit tighter. That is coming stock on the Axial SCX10 III. It doesn't come with the servo, but it comes with all the transmission parts needed to get that dig function in the SCX10 III. Very cool option. And then it also has a 2-speed transmission. A lot of guys love the 2-speed because they love going on kind of a trail walk or a trail run with their cars. And in that, before the 1-speed transmission, if you kept the overdrive gears as kind of a crawling mode, a little bit more torque than speed, it couldn't really keep up with you depending on how fast or slow you walk. So now you have that second speed that you can click into, and it's going to go plenty fast to keep up with you while you're running on the trails. Moving over to the batteries. So as you can see, I have an 8,000 milliamp kind of full-size 2S LiPo Spektrum Smart battery here, but over to the other side of the rail is another battery compartment where you can actually run kind of a shorty pack battery. So Spektrum Smart offers a shorty pack battery, or if you want to run like a shorty 3S or something like that to even out the weight onto each side of the side guards, you can put a battery on this side instead of in the back of the chassis. So it's kind of up to you. Axial gave you some options there on what you could do battery location wise. All right, now for one of the most kind of talked about or controversy things in the crawler world are portals or no portals. Well, the SCX10 III is pro portals, so this is coming with front and rear portals. And what the portals mean is it's kind of just raising up the center axles or center pumpkins a little bit higher, a couple millimeters, to get your chassis a little bit higher off the ground, more ground clearance obviously. Very cool option, and of course I've seen some Jeep kits out there for portals, so it's staying in the scale realism type of thing. I hope they come out with axle housings that'll fit the SCX10 III so that you don't have to run the portals for the people that don't want them or their bodies don't really go with the portals. Maybe the 10.2 axle housing will fit on there. Haven't really messed with it yet, haven't looked at it, but I'm sure there'll be some stuff to come out in the future about that. That's kind of all I have for this SCX10 III. We went over a lot of stuff there. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know down in the comments below, but I'm really psyched to get out there and drive this thing. I haven't driven it yet. I've only built it, put electronics in it, and kind of put it on the table so you guys could see it firsthand before we went out and drove it. we're definitely going to have a driving video here in the future. Don't know how soon or late, depending on the current situation in the world right now. So, man, that's it. This thing's insane. I can't wait to drive it. So, again, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And I hope you enjoyed kind of the first look at the SCX10 III.